Your bedroom should be the most personal space in your home, not just a room filled with your favorite pieces of art and objets. More important than that, it should be the #1 place for relaxation and comfort. One of South Africa's leading designers, Stephen Rich, knows exactly what's required to create the ultimate in home comfort.
Well, the most important thing in the bedroom is the bed, and absolutely the mattress that goes on the bed. And secondly, the best linen. It's the same thing as a woman who buys great clothes and bad underwear. Linen on a bed is the most important thing. And the comfort and the sumptuousness of it, and an inviting desire to be in the actual space. So starting off over here, we used an antique French walnut bed, and it's called a canapé bed, so it does have a foot base to it. We then reupholstered it in vintage antique leather, so it also gives it a bit of a masculine feel, and studded with old antique studs. From this bed, we then put beautiful linen on the bed, which is frété to say the least, and beautiful Egyptian cotton. Going into all the fabrics of the scatter cushions, we've used a gingham check with a velvet overlay and natural linen calico behind it, a printed linen toile, and then hand embroidered pillows with a satin pillow to finish it off. Going to a gorgeous cashmere blanket and a beautiful silver grey fox throw. So everything on the bed is really quite sumptuous and pure and absolute indulgence.
The look and feel of this room is essentially quite classical, but there's a hint of fun in the objet and art.
Well, I think on the basis that in essence it's quite a traditional bedroom, being that it has the majority of the furniture is either French or English antiques, I think to throw the fun and the more relaxed sense into the room is to incorporate more contemporary, more modern, and more pieces that the client themselves like. So there's no hard and fast rule to it. It's just, I suppose, a gut or a sense of what you think is actually going to work. So I've put together a whole collection of crystal and silver. Most of it's all antique. Men's perfume bottles, because it's a man's bedroom. Obelisk, some sentimental pieces which were gifts for the client, of a rose bowl and certain picture frames, and just group the whole thing together so it becomes quite light. That's why I've also used the perspex in it.
Creating the right mood in a bedroom is all about selecting the right colours.
In this particular instance, it was specifically required that the bedroom become a night room, and therefore we went for dark colours. But dark is dark, and you still have to lift it up with something, and nothing better than putting in some wonderful art onto the walls to make it actually live beautifully. We start off with a huge David Rain oil, which is a pointillism painting, which is quite quirky and crazy. Almost looks like hundreds of coloured targets put together, and quite a form of pop art in a very traditional bedroom. But it adds light, and it gives great colour in the room. And from there we move across to behind the bed, quite a quirky Picasso, which is from the Gaffafi series, which is quite a rude and naughty picture, but I find it adds some humour in the bedroom and actually looks great against the background of the grass cloth. And behind me I have a John Hurst, which is just a very traditional garden oil painting from the late 18th century.
The overall look and feel is further enhanced by using lots of different textures. Stephen says this is crucial in creating a warm and inviting interior.
I think that the texture makes the room. Everything that is textured has a different sense to it and a different feeling to it. So the layering of a room, as long as it's correctly layered, always brings it to a momentum. It looks great when there are various different layers on a bed, more so than anything else.
And if you happen to have a fabulous view, make the most of it.
In actual fact, this room was specifically built, and we centered on the access of the center of the garden and the pool, so that one would actually be able to lie in the bed and actually have a full view of the garden and the pool, which is very much like a elongated fountain. So nothing just happens, it's all really thought of. It's just putting things together that work correctly and not having to follow any rules or regulations. Just get it that it looks great.
So this room is all about luxury and comfort first, and the rest is all in the detail.